Believe it or not, guys, we finally got windows. Let's get into it. That's an intro, buddy, right there. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Kind of I feel like a special episode here. If this is the first time you came to the channel and watched the video, we're building a Barndominium. That's what this is behind me. But it's even more special today because we started this project roughly 4.5 months ago. And I've had these windows ordered for about that amount of time. And today, we're finally installing windows. So this is my corner right here. So we've got a hole drilled into the wall on the inside. Greg popped that out. And I've got a router bit here. This is a white side router bit. I'll throw the link in the description if I think about it. But it's got a double bearing on the tip. And this is so I can run around the opening. It's a lot quicker, cleaner than any other way. I don't care what you say. Fight me. Okay, so maybe it's a little bit dirtier than other ways. I don't know. But it does give you a very nice clean opening to then put your window in. Where's that blower at, Greg? First, what we need to do is nail off this perimeter, because when we framed the window, sheathed this opening, we just kind of nailed all the girts, but we didn't know exactly where our window was, so we didn't frame it. Or we didn't nail it, and now we're going to go off and make sure that's all good and nailed before we go any further. So we've got a nice 21-degree nail that we like to use for siding. All right, then what I'm going to do is we're going to be using a piece of flex tape, great for doing window jams because you can make it around corners with one piece, so it's going to be the best chance for a good seal, especially down here at the bottom. All right, so we're gonna roll this up about 4 inches. That 3-inch scribe line I made, that's just once again, it's a reference point because this tape is 6 inches. I'm gonna run the windowsill here on that 3-inch line, and then the rest will overhang, and that's what will get folded around to my bottom, or I should say like the face of the window opening. So once we get this pressed in here to the sill, then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna kind of stretch it out over the face, work my way towards the corners, and then right here, this is where the beauty of stretch tapes comes into play. We're gonna just stretch it out, and we're gonna work it. But the beauty being, this corner does not have a joint, so water is not gonna wick in to a crack, whereas if you have one-piece tape or two-piece tape, you're gonna have a seam there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure every person you ever talk to has a different method how they like to do their windows, and I'd say that ours has ever evolved. You know?
True. I would agree.
It's not the same as it was a couple years back. Facts. And it probably is not the same as it will be in a couple years. I think the problem lies when people stop changing and say, this is how I've done it, and I ain't changing it.
Because people are coming out with newer, better ways of doing things.
I mean, that's like, imagine if the Egyptians said, hey, we ain't building any other way. Like, we only are building as precise as we did with the pyramids.
Imagine if Henry Ford didn't make that Ford.
Interesting. Okay, like he said, hey, I'll just keep riding a horse. Mm-hmm. What if Big and Rich said, forget cars, save a horse, ride a cowboy? What if they wouldn't have said that?
That would suck.
Why? I always wonder about silicone around and outside of this window. Like, why? We're tape sealing it and spray foaming the jamb. But is it a necessary step? Or is it an added step and cost without an added real benefit? Are we worried about tapes failing? You know what I'm saying, dude? I'm just curious.
I mean, how much is a tube of
caulk? Yeah, I don't know. Not much. It's a good point, Greg. So what you're saying is
it's an inexpensive added benefit.
It's a cheap insurance. Okay, right there.
Come on, it's your side. I don't know if that's a good hold on your side. I got a bunch of silicone on the back of my glove.
I like these black windows though. This is a aluminum clad wood window. We got a pre-finished interior. You're only going to do windows once probably for the most part if you get good ones. So Greg is just on the inside visually inspecting the jamb gap around the perimeter. Looks pretty good. Okay, hold that, and I'm gonna grab my level. So what I'll typically do is, Greg visually made sure the inside looked good. You know, we did try to spend time framing these plumb and level. This is good, so this is sitting plumb as it is.
How's the bottom?
I'll check for square. So just under 77 3/4. Just under 77 3/4. So the window square, I've got a real nice clean plumb line here on my side. Greg likes the inside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and tack a nail here. Oops. Greg's gonna set up the laser on the inside to shoot a perfectly level line across the bottom of this window frame. So we set the window, but there could be maybe some ups or downs in this frame, maybe where this sash, the two windows are molded together here. This could be low or high. So we'll check everything for level, adjust it with shims, and then we'll get it nailed off. So this side's good. Can't hear you, what? Middle's good? Yeah. Oh, okay. So there you go. Now that we've got the window hung, it's nailed off. We've got it pretty good and sealed off with that silicone, the tape around the jamb. Now we're gonna come behind it and tape off the nail fin. We'll go ahead and take our seal tape. And the important thing here is that you wanna wrap this tape up onto the side of the window. You don't wanna just tape the fin. So what I like to do is I'm gonna run it just a little high here. And actually, no, first, what I'm going to do, I'm not actually gonna tape my bottom off, but what I am gonna do is just tape these corners. Give ourselves a little bit of overlap. And I'm just gonna tape this corner just for a little bit of added something around this corner here. And then when I run this, I'm gonna get that onto the side of the, oh, got some silicone, the side of the window. Get a little tricky. We've got that wrapped onto the window, and that is an important thing to do. I learned that. I didn't know that at one point, and luckily somebody told me that, and it makes perfect sense. Now I'm not even gonna bother cutting that bottom. I'm just gonna kind of flex it around, and that's one side. So now I'll do the same thing over here, leaving the bottom untouched. That way it gives moisture a place to work its way out if by chance it were to get inside the window. That's about as good as I'm gonna get that sealed for now. But obviously when we go to trim these windows in SmartSide, there will be some mechanical flashings over, making sure that no water gets back there, but should be good to go. We are in one of the, well, it is the darkest room probably in here, and I've got my ND filter on, so it might kind of be dark still. But dude, this window, the amount of light that it lets in, Man, this is the master suite right here, and I'm looking out here at the pond. It's so cool, man. So cool. Feels so good. I don't even mind just not having the heat, Greg. You know, it's just cold air coming in. Like, not having... I just feel like we've been stuffed up in a cave.
Fresh air.
Yeah, the fresh air, the sun, I don't know. I'm being emotional, I know, like a little bit. You guys, this is amazing. I have been waiting for this moment for a long time. I bet my clients are just as excited because we've just got some windows installed, and what a difference it makes in here. We're standing in the kitchen. We've got the sink window installed here behind me, and then this is kind of the other window that faces down to the over to the lake. And we got the master bedroom window installed, which is awesome. It just makes such a difference in here. Take a look at this bedroom window over here as I walk over here. We can actually work in here and just wait till tomorrow when the sunlight is coming through this window. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, I have no doubt that to you guys, it's just not the same, but for us to be able to be in here with some natural light, we're still working up there. Obviously, you can see the framing. There's still a lot of framing to be done. This thing's getting really close to having the framing done. We got drywaller coming tomorrow to confirm all of our framing. We had HVAC guys in today planning out all the duct work. We got our first windows in. We got a lot more to install. We got a lot more to do, obviously, but this thing is really, really getting me excited. So hopefully you guys are excited. Hopefully you hit that subscribe button, hang around, and watch this thing to the end. I'll try and share them as much as I can and answer as many questions as possible. So if you have them, drop them in the comments, and hopefully you guys stick around to the end. About there, yeah, don't go too high. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah. Push it out a little, Greg.
What's that?
Give it a little bang at the top. Just a... God bless America. How am I supposed to be a good-looking carpenter, Greg?
No, people don't trust that.
Oh, that's right. I gotta be more dirty. Just making progress here, getting these windows in. We started here on the west side of the building because, as you can see, the sun is out today. It's probably mid-30s, and we're on borrowed time because this ground that I'm driving this lift on was nice and crusty this morning, but I can tell it's getting soupy, and hopefully we'll probably have to just leave the scissor lift here overnight and then move it again in the morning because I bet it's pretty soft. Okay.
The bottom can be set down.
Yeah.
Because there's no flange.
Okay.
So if you want.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, yeah.
You have it?
Yeah. Now guide me in the bottom.
While you're taking it off, I'll come out and shovel it in the spot.
Oh, buddy. So much sawdust. Ugh. You come with that blower, my guy? Oh my God, this was the worst one. Dude, just freaking pelting me in the face. Blow me, please. Well, what do you think, guys? It definitely adds a ton to this room. Having this bank of windows across that front, that's going to be able to be looked out at now onto the lake, thanks to this mezzanine that we added. I don't know why this wouldn't have been, well, I think we did think about it from the beginning, but just didn't need all this extra space. And kind of as time passed, it was like, why wouldn't we do this? How cool is this? Just to be able to walk out there, you're gonna be able to look out into the lake from up here, and it's just a great view, but also the amount of light that comes in from these windows is just awesome. So we've got, I'd say 70% of the windows installed. We've got 3 more on back order, I guess, so those won't be in for another week and a half or so. Those are the big ones downstairs, and we got a little bit of framing to do on our walls to finish up these last 2 windows up here, but we're looking pretty good to be finishing up this framing inside. Our HVAC guys have started this week, so they're starting to run all the duct work upstairs. The supplemental heat, the forced air unit, so that's also mainly going to be used for the air conditioning. So that's why we put it upstairs, because it's always easier to push the cold air down than to bring it all the way upstairs from the downstairs. You know, go all wherever you need to go up in the attic space, and then drop it down out of the ceiling. It's just going to already be up here on the 2nd story, and they can just go right up into the attic and push it wherever they need to go. So they're starting to run that, and yeah, things are moving along. So if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the rest of this journey. There's a long ways to go. I think it's going to, I mean, I know it's going to be awesome, because we're not even there yet, and I can already see the potential, and hopefully you guys are as excited as I am. So hit that like if you enjoyed the video, and we're going to go ahead and we'll see you on the next episode. Thanks.